Yeah, I was first.
So if you want to go ahead and let people know who you are and your whole story of joining the program up until now, go ahead.
Yeah, that. So kind of for me, I was literally at a restaurant meeting. Why the fuck is you laughing, bro?
My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad.
Hi, bro.
All right,
Yo,
all right,
you
lock
was
in, lock in,
not
lock
long.
in, lock in. All right, all right, all
No,
right.
I'm, bro. Hey, yeah, yeah. Should I start like that, bro? Should I start like that? No, is that fine?
Yeah, no, you start if you want. All right. Last take. All right,
Alright.
ready, set. All right, so I'm with one of my first ever students who actually has taken the risk in joining my program. And he went back in August to learn creative touch and sales. And it was kind of funny how he joined because you texted me on TikTok or Instagram,
Yeah, keep going.
and you found me in the comment section of Hudson's video, right?
Yeah, right.
So if for those who don't know, Hudson Cosper was my mentor, and we had made a vlog, and I commented under a YouTube post, and he found me like that, and he asked me to mentor him. But since August up until now, Tyler, do you want to kind of introduce yourself and kind of tell people who you are?
Yeah, that, bro. So yeah, that's kind of what happened. I was literally at a pizza restaurant making like 150 to $250 a month, working part time. And it was like the first month of summer, and I was like, yo, bro, I need to lock the fuck in. And I was just scrolling on like TikTok. I was like, yo, like looking up like side hustles, and I seen like Hudson's video, and it was about high ticket sales or creative retention sales, and I was like, what's this, bro? I mean, it seems pretty interesting. And I seen like this 15-year-old guy making like 5K a month, and then Hakeem was making like I think it was like 8 or 9K a month, like 7.5, something like that. And I was like, bro, these guys are the same age as me. Like, what am I doing wrong? So I checked the comment section. I see Hakeem in there, and I was like, yo, let me just go in the dark. Like, let me reach out to him. So I reached out to him, sent him like, this whole paragraph of saying like, kind of who I was, and just wondered if it was his own mentorship. And he was like, yeah, bro. And then that same night, we hopped on a call. Like, literally, same night, bro, got his information. We hopped on FaceTime, and I was like outside. I was walking to my car, and yeah, bro. From there on, he just told me exactly what creative retention sales was, and I was like, yo, that sounds awesome, bro. Like, I literally know nothing. Like, I literally, from August 1st, we're hopping a call, started speaking to him, and then went on TikTok. Like, we hung up that call. I was like, let me do more information. We looked up some more information about it. Like, 2 days later, hit him up and like, yo, send me the link, bro. Let me get inside the mentorship, bro. And then, yeah, that's how it became like this kind of his first student, though.
Yeah, and it was crazy because he's also Canadian too. So I was like, yo, I have somebody from Canada trying to join my program. So it was low key like cool too, and like at the same time, so like you hold like a genuine connection to me because like you're the first person that took a risk. Because like I was a stranger, I could have scammed you, I could have robbed you, I could have taught you nothing. So like like you definitely hold a place in my heart. Like pause. In that term, because like you definitely set the foundation for me and becoming an actual coach and mentor. But like when you first joined, right, you had no sales experience.
Dude, I had nothing. Bro. I had no idea. I think I knocked doors one time, and I was like the only sales I knew. I had no idea sales was in general. Like nothing.
Mm-hmm. And like since you first joined, because like when you first joined, I mean, we didn't have anybody new join up until maybe about a month. Like so, it was just you and me in that program for a
Yeah.
month. What would you say was like the key importance in your success? With sales.
Yeah, honestly, bro, number one thing for me is it was just like the mindset, the person like I had to become,
Mm-hmm.
because I was coming from someone making like $200 a month and then going into an industry of like where people can be making 10, 20, 30K months, and I was like, damn, that shit was crazy for me back then. So for me, it's just like kind of honing in on the mindset and like the person that I needed to be, and yeah, so just kind of going over that with Hakeem, and kind of the best thing for me was just like I've tried other side hustles, right, and they never worked. But having someone in my corner that's already in what I want to be doing and that keeps me accountable was like the number one thing in my opinion. Because it was like if Hakeem was to text me being like, "Yo, how you doing?" and if I was to just text him being like, "Yo, I quit," he'd call me a fucking bitch. So I was like, in my mind, I just couldn't quit even if I wanted to quit because I just knew someone was holding me accountable and setting me to that standard. So that was probably like my best thing when it came to like just locking in that thing inside, the mentorship and working with the team.
Mm-hmm. And like the one thing about it too, so like when you first had called me and texted me, did you even knew what I did? You did for a little bit, right? Because of Hutton's video, right?
Yeah, bro. I literally like didn't really know much. And you know, I remember like we hopped in that call and like I did research about high tech or high tech sales or creator within sales. And then literally 2 days later, I just let me just I don't know much, but let me get into it and you just teach me everything.
Yeah, and bro, so like in the beginning of it, so like how quick was it till you seen that you made money? I think it was like what I think maybe 3 weeks to a month when you made your first dollar.
Yeah. So for the first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it was just straight studying, just learning. Because, bro, I don't know if you remember our first mock call, but it was an NPC. Like I was just like, hey, yo, Hakeem would answer my question, and I would be like, yo, let's restart that, bro. I don't know what to ask next. And it was just straight NPC work because I had no idea what sales was. So literally like 3 weeks after like doing the training, just like mock calling, and like, obviously getting the trainings from Hakeem and teaching me everything I need to know, I got my first job opportunity, which obviously like Hakeem helped me get in on. And then from there on, it was just getting the reps, like actually being inside something like learning about CRMs and all that type of stuff, actually understanding the whole process when it comes down to like the back end stuff of sales,
Hmm.
and just like getting the dials in and just like practicing, and then yeah.
Hmm. And like so, like for you, so you never went to college, right?
Nah, bro, I graduated high school and got straight into this.
So well, for you, because I was like, you didn't, when you graduated high school, you didn't know what you were gonna get into, right? What like did you know what you were gonna do if it wasn't for creative sales?
Nah, dude, literally, it was the first month of summer, and I was just a bum, dude. I had no idea what I was doing with my life. Just scrolling on TikTok, doom scrolling. But I told my mom and dad, I was like, yo, I'm gonna make someone work, and it's not gonna be college uni, right? And I have a twin brother, and he went to college, but I just knew it wasn't my path. Like ever since I was even a young guy, like I just always knew there was something in the online money making space that like caught my eye, and I
Mm-hmm.
never could just dial in because it was always the mindset. I was always just like such a procrastinator, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I told my parents, I was like, yo, I'm not going to college, I'm not going to uni, but I had no idea where to start. So that's kind of also what held me accountable because I was like, if I give up on this, then what is it going to be next? So yeah, I literally just got in high school sales or creative within sales.
No, you're good. I mean, at the same time too, as well. Like a lot of no one knows where to start, right? Like if you're someone who's watching it right now, you're thinking, yo, like all these people are making money, bro. Like, how do I start? And you feel discouraged because you don't know where to start. That's how it's supposed to feel. Like
Yeah,
everyone goes to that stage of not knowing what to start, not knowing how to start it, not knowing if it's gonna work out or not. Like, bro, when I had um got into it, I dropped 5K on a program, like 5K on a mentorship that I was relying on, like that was all my money. At the same time, too, it's like not saying that it was an easy thing to do to spend 5K. I mean, especially at 19 years old, like bro, I was in college, I was broke, so like that was the hardest thing I did in my life was just making that first initial investment. At the same time, too, understand like the money that you spend on yourself in terms of like programs, mentorships, yes, like there are scams out there too. The same time as well, like if it's a genuine program where it's there and it's meant to teach you something, like there's no way you could fail. Like you have everything from A to Z, right, listed out for you. You just follow along the route, right? It's like building a house, right? You can't build a house without buying a blueprint. You need that blueprint to start. And at the same time as well, like Tyler, so when you first started, the whole sales journey, right? Seeing how like it's progressed over the few months now, like knowing that you were the first student and like seeing the progress over time, like how does it feel knowing that you're the first person, like you were that first person that took that risk?
it feels good, bro, because it's just now seeing all the new people coming in and like working with you. It's just like and seeing their wins, and it puts a smile on my face, right? Because like I know how it was at the beginning, and then after seeing like my journey and now seeing other people's journey with working with you, it's just nice to see because Hakeem really changed my life, and to see him also change other people's lives, it makes me feel good. So I can't lie, like being the first student. Uh, I mean, first of all, I think it's pretty cool, bro, because you're gonna be fucking blowing up. So to be your first, it's gonna be pretty fire, right?
Oh yeah, bro. And then one thing that I always thought was the most beneficial thing to any sort of coaching was one-on-ones. when
Yeah,
it when it came down to you, like in terms of like I mean, well, the thing is, you didn't have the community. Like you didn't have the community. It was just course content and the one on ones, right? Like every coach call we had was a one on one. Do you think if you would have had say joined 3 months later, where where it was the community, where it was more benefactors to the program, do you would have think that you would have had more success then, or do you think your success still would have been the same because of that one-on-one that we had?
I mean, obviously, community definitely helps. You know, being with like people that are like-minded, but at the same time, like being the first person, like I set myself that standard because I was like, bro, I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to be Hakeem's first student and not succeed. So every time I was on a call with you, I was like, bro, like this is his full attention to me, to no one else, bro. It's like I have to do this shit. I have to work. Whereas if I'm a big community, it's like like what I'm saying, there's a lot of people like there's other people that you can have his attention on, and obviously the people are giving the most attention and like obviously the most dialed in, then you're gonna be like the most interested in helping because obviously like you were saying, like a lot of people come and go, a lot of people come in here, fail and leave, a lot of people come in here and also be successful. But it's also just depending on like the person and like actually if they're gonna put in the work and hours. So if I feel like if I was in a bigger community, then I could have obviously maybe just slacked off a bit more. So being it was just me and you in here, just grinding every day in day out, it was like it held me to that standard.
one Hundred
You
percent.
know?
No, I agree. I agree as well because like when I had joined my program too, I was one of the not the first student, but I was one of the first like top, I think under 15 people, and I had that one-on-one with my mentor, and like
Yeah.
that's what I relied on the most. At the same time too, like a bigger benefactor to seeing success is a community because again, like if you're in a program with hundreds of people and they're all on offers, that means you have 100 connections to placing yourself in opportunity, which I think
Yeah.
is amazing because like that's the one thing that people struggle to find is an opportunity, even when you have the skill set, because you could have the skill set. If you can't find that opportunity connection, then you're kind of stuck, right? You have a useless skill. So like I definitely see like what you mean, but in my terms of it, I'd rather be in a community where I have hundreds of people, right? Because like
Yeah.
yes, you having one mentor or one coach where you can go to for one-on-ones is a great thing, but imagine having hundreds of people where you can go to, right?
Yeah. No, for
Different of
sure.
people. Like I think that makes the biggest difference. And that's where I'm trying to grow my community because like 3 months from now, I'm not gonna have that one-on-one time that I did have with you that I do have now. So like
Yeah,
it's just a matter
exactly.
of time. Like that's why I'm so selective with who I bring on because I want everyone to join to be the best version of themselves in terms of sales, mindset, confidence. Because again, like you're not only helping yourself and not only helping me, but you're helping everyone else around you. Um,
Yeah.
but back
No,
to you though.
absolutely.
After so your biggest month was what?
My biggest month.
Your biggest month, yeah. How much was it?
Yeah. So last month I actually had a bit less, but the month before that I got it was 14K.
14K Canadian or USD?
That was actually USD.
USD. So since what? Since August,
No, it's
September,
first. Yeah.
October, November. So 3 months in, you had
Four.
your biggest month.
Yeah, we're 3 months in.
Now, so like I'm not saying like 10K, like 10K plus a crazy amount, but like that's still a significant amount to kind of shape what you could do in
Yeah.
terms of like after you made your first 14K month, right? Like what you like, how do you feel? Like what you different? Like was life any different than what it was before?
Um, I'll be honest. The thing is, like, once you come in here and you just change your mind so much that it just didn't feel like it was something that shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt like it was meant to be. So obviously, when I seen that hit my account, it was like I worked for this shit, but like I was in here day in day out, and I was training my skills. But not only my skills, I was training my mind as well. So I just like literally became that person like 4 months ago when I was training with you. Like I knew that I was going to be this person, right? Because that was the first thing we really honed in on was like the mindset, and then we really focused on the skills, right? So
Mm-hmm.
after getting my mindset in place and getting my skills in place, like when I hit that, like my third month in, hitting that money, like the 14K, it just felt natural, right? So obviously the things around me have changed, like going out more often, like spending like not more often like but like spending, going to nicer places.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously, like a car is cool and all that shit, but like it just felt natural. It felt like I was supposed to be in this area.
Exactly, but like that's how it's supposed to be. Because the thing is, people kind of have the idea of manifesting is like you're just hoping and praying, but you need to live in that mindset. Like live as if you already have it. Because the thing is, like once you already do have it, it's not foreign, right? Because it's like self sabotage, right? If you make 10K and you're thinking, "Damn, how did I make 10K? Do I deserve it?" You're only tricking your subconscious mind to believe that you can't have it, that you shouldn't have it, and then from there it's gonna be stripped away. But if you believe as if you should have it and you already have it, when you do get it, it's normal. It's like it's a regular thing for you, and that's how I felt too when I made my first 12K, right? Back in what was it? I think May. Same thing. I'm like, all right, now I can pay for bills and be comfortable. Like that was the only difference that I've had too. But like in terms of learning sales, how much more confident are you in the aspect of your own future?
Like in what way?
Like, so I've always heard school, like, once you learn sales, you can never go broke. Like, since learning sales, do you have more confidence, coming into your future, right? Because I've, like, for me, I wasn't confident about what I was doing in life. Now that I've learned sales, I've been
Yeah,
110% confident what I'm
yeah,
going to do.
right. I get you. Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, sales in general is just like the best thing when it comes to business, in my opinion, because you really learn out the back end stuff. Obviously, there's the skill set, but obviously, you really see when you're working these job opportunities about like the marketing and everything that comes in like the actual back end of work and something that's selling mentorship or course. So when it comes like the business aspect and like we maybe even started my own thing, like I really understand like the whole back and stuff in the sales process. So in terms of like, my future, like I'm 100% more confident, just the way I walk, the way I speak, the way I think in terms of like life. And then when it comes to, like business, it's just like a lot better. Probably I'm like, well, AI is really roaming right now. AI is really taking over. Here I'm very interested in getting inside of that. But before when I was like thinking AI, like before I got into sales, it was like scary. I was like, oh, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. But now after like rewind my brain, obviously learning the sales skills, that you realize that like most things in sales, because obviously if I have like this AI or AI receptionist, like I still need to be able to sell that person, like that AI receptionist to a business to make someone really realize why they need it, right? And that all comes down to the sales skills. So yeah, just the confidence is going everywhere.
100%, bro. And like, but my one last final question is, like, how do you feel in that moment, when you just had to take that risk in yourself, right? Like investing into yourself, like, because I know how it felt, but like for you personally, knowing you were the first person that had no results, I had no proof, no guarantees. Like, how'd you feel going into that?
Um, Shit, I can't even act like I was scared, bro. I was so scared of my current position and what happens if I continue thinking and living the way I am now. That when I first hopped back on that call with you, I don't know if you remember, but I was at my old high school and I was in my car and my shit kept connected to my car play. But I was like, I walked outside, I was, yo, bro, I'm at my old high school and shit. Like, fuck this place, bro. They never believed in me and shit. I remember telling you that stuff and I was like, bro, I was just felt like on top of the world. I was like, I just knew like I was gonna put my money to where my mouth was and I was gonna make it work no matter what because I was so scared of like what actually happens to continue thinking the way I am now, where I'm just doom scrolling, doing nothing with my life. I remember sending that. I remember getting into the mentorship, and I didn't give a fuck, bro. I was like, didn't think of the money. I was just thinking about like how much money I'm gonna be making when I get in here and like learn the skills.
100%, bro. And I mean, and that has Tyler's story in what, 4 months since meeting me online, and we haven't met yet, but we're definitely gonna meet up soon.
Yeah,
Um,
bro.
in Miami, I owe it to you, so we're definitely gonna have that meetup soon. But what's just one last thing? What's one advice or tip you can give to anybody watching this if they were interested in doing something related to sales?
Uh,
If you have any,
Bro,
I mean, don't feel like you have to.
it's just like get out of your own way. Like I'm not gonna lie, your brain, your mind is really the only thing holding you back. I mean, it always comes down to money. Like, well, how much is this? How much is this? How much is that? I mean, if everything was free, then everyone would be like rich. Everyone would be at the top of the world. But it always comes down to the way you view the money. If you view the money as like this is investing in myself to gain the skills to make more money, then bro, fucking, you're not gonna like think of it. But if you think of it as like, oh, I worked this amount of time to get this much money, work 40 hours, and I have like $3,000, bro, and you're scared to use it. It's like, bro, you're trading your time for money when you could be trading that money you made to get like time, obviously, to make more money without having to cap income. I don't know. I would just say get out your own way, walk on something, and really learn about the mind before you obviously like, get inside something. In my opinion.
100%, amen. And for anyone watching, if this video inspired you in any way, again, like Tyler was a random kid, a regular kid. So was
Yep.
I, and we still made it happen. And like one thing I will tell you guys is like, I hope to see you guys at the top one day because I promise you the bottom is very crowded. And yes, the top is lonely. So if that's what you want to deal with, just know that it might be lonely, but I'd rather be lonely at the top, while you're down there at the bottom where it's crowded, being around people you don't want to be around. Besides from that, may everyone have a great night and God bless you all.